From my experience as a mathematics teacher in the educational environment of my country, Kenya, for many years, rising in my own concept of a personal professional brand at Docmathematics, I've got this to say. Mathematics is one of the most feared subjects in school. Taking into consideration that over 55% of the total population of candidates who face the KCSE exam year after year do get a mean grade of D+ and below, then consider mathematics alone and the percentage is even higher by a huge margin. This is failure of great proportions. This really makes me very sad. Mathematics, a subject that lies at the center of any career choice, yet statistics show that mathematics is the subject that most students fail than any other subject. This is the reason as to why I say that many ambitions are dead right at the inception, only for a few of us to be made great by the experience. A recent report by the Kenya National Examinations Council indicated that between the year 2021 and the year 2023, the percentage of students achieving the minimum competency level in mathematics, that is grade D+ to grade A, ranged between 22% and 31%, with a notable drop to 17.46% in the year 2022. Try to compare this with that of Singapore, which is around 92%. Then you will understand that this is failure of gigantic proportions in the educational environment of our country, Kenya. Who is going to bridge this gap is a subject for another day. Okay, I cannot capture anecdotal instances where each one of us has encountered failure, but it is an irrefutable fact that each one of us encounters failure in our life. My work is only to show you a different, perhaps a better way to react to failure. You may ask, why is it that there is a sharp distinction between those who succeed in life and those who fail in life, yet both are products of the so-called failure? Consider this. Why is it that many people cannot share the grades that they got in school? Perhaps the reason has to be the mental conditioning throughout the years by the systems that make us define us with the grades that we got in school and how we rank around others. It is in school where we are conditioned to hide our failures and at times being punished and shamed for it, triggering cheating in exams, ending up being an incubator for corruption of all manner of kinds later in our adult lives. No wonder countries fall because we cannot accept failure and the benefits that come with embracing failure. No wonder countries cannot progress because we cannot come to terms with the fact that we failed in a certain endeavor, which makes it difficult to consider other ways to do things differently, thus becoming comfortable in our own ways, even if they seem not to work. Dr. Miles Monroe once said, "The day I discovered that my value had nothing to do with the grades on my report card, but the gifts that God placed in me, was the day I began to live." And how did he start living? The answer lies in his words. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose. Yes, he pursued purpose. Here lies the distinction as pertaining to failure, making people great and at the same time crushing others. The pursuit of purpose. You see, it's only when you pursue purpose can you view failure differently and embrace it. My own experience. What do you think made me face the KCSE exam 5 times, taking my mathematics grade from D- to the grade A? Of course, I had set for myself a target of the grade A in my second attempt in the year 2008, but it had to take the 5th attempt in the year 2017 to achieve my target. What made me have this belief that I could achieve my target? My previous success with a bicycle. I read a story about Albert Einstein being given a gift of a compass by his father when he was young, and afterwards he couldn't stop puzzling over the nature of the magnetic field, which significantly sparked his curiosity about unseen forces and the nature of the universe, leading him to a lifelong pursuit of scientific understanding. I can comfortably say that, like Albert Einstein, the gift that my father gave me was his bicycle. He could have locked it to prevent me from taking it, since the bicycle was his means of transport to work. But he didn't, and that allowed me to learn very important lessons about life way so early in my life. I can't forget the many times that I fell with the bicycle, getting injured many times, but then made a comeback immediately I healed. Being tiny did not matter to me. Soon I started to balance, and one step became two, two steps became three, and hooray, I could balance comfortably in the end. The next step was to pedal, which I achieved with time. The last step, which required my patience, was to sit on the saddle and ride the bike, a challenge that was brought about by my slow physical growth. This is where I learned to fail my way to success. So when I encountered failure in the year 2007, I had a blueprint for success. It was at a time when Manchester United, and particularly Cristiano Ronaldo, was shining the most. I understood success better in that period. And so when I began my journey to success in the year 2008, I knew exactly what it will take to succeed. Taking risks, enduring pain, being patient, being focused, working hard, and be determined to achieve my destination. The rest is history. When Cristiano Ronaldo says, "I learned the most when I am down," I concur with him. When Albert Einstein says, "Failure is success in progress," I concur with him. When Winston Churchill says, "Success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm," I concur with him too. And when Walt Disney says that it's good to have failed when you are young because it teaches you so much, that is exactly what I experienced. If I am asked whether I could do things differently if my life was rewinded, my answer will just be no. All the experiences I've encountered have helped me to become the better version of myself, and that's it. Let's embrace failure, people, because there lies the beauty of life.